See how the new tack is visible, so it'll catch the wind. He's a little low. You're a little low. Your jib didn't blow across. Just barely turn more so the jib starts to cross to the new leeward side. A fraction more. Your spinnaker will fill better. Other than that, very good. People naturally hold the boat dead downwind. We go a couple degrees above to get pressure in the kite. Did he never jibe? She didn't do a good enough job on the jib. He did oh, he's a little low. That's all right. He did a good job of holding the kite in the right place. He could have just gone a little lower. Board up higher, I think. Jibe on him, right on his wind. You feel good about that jibe? Me too. Good job. Jib crosses. So we end on a little broad reach, and then we soak down if we have enough wind. Guide back. See, if you have to pull the sheet after the jibe, then you didn't pull it enough before the jibe. Yeah, we can see the back of his mainsail, so we're definitely ahead of him. Okay, so we can see the back of his main. When you're ready, I want you to jibe again. Oh, be careful. Guide back. Jib crossed. Guide back. Swells are smaller than yesterday. I didn't film yesterday. Yesterday, just trying to get our timing and everything down. We're just not moving quick enough. As soon as we leave the dock, we're kind of in race mode with 5-minute breaks throughout the day. 5-minute water and food breaks, and then we're in the bubble, man. We practice like it's a regatta, and we race regattas like it's a performance. And it's practice. Most regattas, even the state championship, that was just practice. You guys have much bigger fish to fry in your future when you go to college, and you're all young. You guys are all sophomores. You got 2 more years of high school, and you got nationals. You got 3 more summers, including this one. So we just got to be on our timing better. If we want to leave the dock at 1, we can't leave at 1:20. Now, if they had compasses, they would know if this is a lift or a header. Are we lifted or headed? Or same? I couldn't hear them. They should have neutral helm. They're first and second in a race of 80 boats right now. Will was almost getting rolled. And he went more bang, sailing flatter, and he's got clear air. Sail low, get speed, then go high. We gotta learn how to sail out from under people. Now he's taking the lead right now. I don't know if you can see the difference. I'm trying to drive and hold this thing, but now he's starting to get bow out a little, see? Too much heel. When you heel like that, the centerboard stalls at the bottom. You get windward stall, you get bubbling stall on the lower windward side of the board because you slid sideways. This was a bad decision. I would reach and go on the trap and reach. You do not have a trap harness? Bang on, main out an inch. Let the main out. Hike. Reach, reach, reach. So now I would be high crew, kind of like she is, with the skipper moving, shifting their feet to their weight, shifting their weight to their feet. Now we had a situation where he didn't have the trap harness on. He should have pulled the vang on, let the main sheet out a little, turned down until the lure telltale wiggled a little, let the windward sheet off just a little, and just reached a little. And what they were doing was they were feathering. There's no F-jet. She ain't no F-jet. Leech telltale, I think these are perfect conditions, so he stalled almost 100% of the time. He could probably let it fly 10 or 20%. Again, you're pretending you're in the regatta. He is stalled 100% of the time. So I think they both should ease their travelers just a fraction, but that's risky because you're playing the vang. Oh, he just needs vang. Cool, nice. Hang in there. You're winning the race. We're trying to get to the finish line. First and second at the Nationals. Look at the water. As it gets lighter, you need a tiny bit of leeward heel at the top of the swell. Here comes a big swell. You're in the trough. So Victoria, start leaning in. Start leaning in. Lean in. There we go. Keep the bow up. Okay, ready? Lean out. Very nice. That was a puff. Steer slow. Their leech is right at the spreader. Their jib is luffing at the top, just a fraction, which is what I think you have to have. It's luffing at the top first, a fraction. I think that's pretty good for chop and swells. If you close the jib off any more, the apparent wind shifts at the swells and the chop, not good. And then what I told him is if any time he's crossing Will, he should try to do it. They are not looking at Will quite enough. Okay, see, these guys are a little tighter on the jib. Oh, that's just a game for Will here. Oh, it's just a huge righty. Look at him becoming completely different. Very nice. Everybody lines up a little different. Now, what we have to learn is there are days where we just do 2-boat speed testing. The only problem with this is we don't get any bad air. So then we do 5-boat speed testing. Sail in some bad air once in a while. You know, when you're in a 60-80 boat regatta, you're lucky if you get clear. So the only problem with this tuning is it's too steady. And this is a good lineup. Santiago's bow is essentially lined up with Will's stern. So he's not set up too far forward. And in the Nettles, we've maybe dropped Santiago back a little, but we are lifted. Okay, so we're talking about more than 3 or 4 degrees of leeward heel and you're stalling the bottom of your centerboard. So he's already, they're pretty much the same speed. When we get lifted, Santiago gains, and when we get headed, Will gains. You just got to remember too, guys, this is side swell. Side swell is the thing that you have to get good at. You're from Southern California. You're not going to be good at it, trust me. The guys that are good at it are really, really, really good at it. Etchel's guys, they've been doing it 30 years. They still get better at it. Side swell is the hardest condition to sail in. And you guys are essentially even speed. Leech of her jib is lined up with the spreader. His main is stalled all the time. So we got to find a way to just get the tiniest bit of flow on that thing. Okay. Their booms are pretty much touch up in the center. I almost think that when we measure the rakes travelers, that Santiago's looser on the traveler. So again, you guys, if you have to pull the sheet after the jibe, the new sheet, that used to be the guide. So you should have pulled the guide before. You are a little low. Look at the jib. You got to have the pull back. Never mind. Now the jib is broad reach angle, so you can have the pull forward a little. But if the jib's floating in the middle, you got to pull the guide back, because that's telling you you're low on the wind. Your vang might be a little tighter this time than last time. And man, is that top batting all whack. Flying the kite very well today. Beautiful. I think they look really good. The skipper has to look up here for the wind. It's a current line right here, so it's kind of hard to read right now. Her pole is touching the front of the jib. I mean, it's almost perfect. She could have it 1 inch back off of there. That would be the best, so you don't end up bending the pole too much. But the pole is pretty perfect. She's pretty high on the trap. He needs to learn to steer the boat down in those puffs a little. I think he's just following me, what he's doing. Okay, you guys got to work on lining yourselves up and not relying on the coach to direct everything. It's very normal for everybody to wait for the coaches to guide everything, but when they say line yourselves up and everything, then they're looking for it. Oh my goodness gracious. That was something. Good. So Will was very slow off of that. I don't have any idea why. I think a lot of it is that Santi and Victoria are just getting better and better. Okay. And when you're speed testing, switching sides on occasion. I don't look at lured boats very much. I'm more of a, I like to look on the boats on my hip behind, or have my crew do that. I don't like to look at the lured boat too much because they often look like they're going higher. Oh, that again, what is going on here? I mean, cut. Okay, now they're coming back into it. They just got off to a... That's part of speed testing, is if people are blowing you off in the first 15 seconds, it means you're not accelerating well. You can't just steer the boat close hauled. Like, you gotta figure out a way to accelerate, because he's done this. He's now gained, both these last 2 times he's just sailed away. When you have these side swells, the jib's going to lop quite a bit. Santiago, it's getting faster. We're going to go try to do a race at the 29ers. Okay, last video. Hope you learned something today. I think this was good. Some days you go out with 2 boats, some you go out with 4 or 5 and do this. Again, it was 2 boat testing. The only problem is you're sailing in very clear wind all the time. So when you get in a real race with 80 boats, you've got to power your sails up. You've got to sail with less bang. You got to be better on the jib, because when you're going through bad air and chop and swells of 80 boats, you can't sail the boat like you are right now. Like right now, the boat feels like a dream. Overall, Santiago, a little faster today, upwind. who are getting ready to go to Germany for the Europeans and the Worlds. Sean and Holland. Holland did the Youth Worlds this last year. Trapping's almost standing straight up. Ben in soak mode, 420. So, uh-oh, what happened to Santi? Beautiful day.